All right, guys, so the next up here on the Cold Hard Facts are the Tyreek Hill trade rumors to the Kansas City Chiefs. Sound great on paper, even better in Madden, but in reality, he'd be the number 3 wide receiver in Kansas City right now, and his ego could not handle it. So, guys, we've heard all the rumors. We've talked about it. We've seen about it. We've seen everything start to fruition here on the Man Hour. Tyreek Hill to the Kansas City Chiefs. Tyreek Hill to the... Stop it. The idea of Tyreek Hill going back to Kansas City Chiefs is buzzy again. And fans love the Najessia. Hill with Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, dialing up deep slots, defense is terrified all over again. It's fun to imagine. On paper, incredible. In Madden, absolutely unstoppable. But let's talk reality. Let's talk reality. The Chiefs wide receiver room isn't what it used to be. The Chiefs wide receiver room isn't it's not what it was when Tyreek Hill was there. Rashid Rice has established himself as the number 1 guy. Xavier Worthy has established himself as the number 2 guy. And then there's Travis Kelce, there's Hollywood Brown, there's Thornton, there's other guys on this wide receiver core that definitely just makes the cheetah, Tyreek Hill, at best case scenario would be wide receiver number 3 on the Kansas City Chiefs. He'll get fewer looks, fewer touches, and would have to accept of being a part of a machine instead of the engine that drives it. And let's just be honest, Tyreek Hill doesn't exactly have that reputation of being humble when it comes to his role. His ego wouldn't accept anything about being 3rd in line. It's first or last in Tyreek Hill's eyes. And that's not a knock on his talent. Tyreek Hill is still one of the most dynamic weapons in football, but this version of the Kansas City Chiefs is different. They've retooled, they've rebalanced, and they've rebuilt. They don't need Tyreek Hill to be a star. They need everybody to do their part. So the cold hard fact is simple as this. A Tyreek Hill return to Kansas City Chiefs would be great in fantasy land, but the reality is his role would be reduced. His personality doesn't fit that role. The Chiefs don't need him like he used to, and that's why the reunion makes no sense outside of headlines. Guys, the cold hard facts is that Tyreek Hill is not going back to the Kansas City Chiefs. He's not going back to the Kansas City Chiefs. He's not going back to the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, by the way, he's not going back to the Kansas City Chiefs. Guys, those are the cold hard facts.